In this video, I'm going to be going over the Island Treasure minigame. So this is a new minigame available in the game. So you can access this minigame when it is active by going to the daily event button on the bottom left of your screen, and then clicking the Island Treasure event right in between the Mine Treasure and the Dragon's Lair. Now, when this event is going on, it's going to be for a week at a time, but it's still kind of unseen whether it's going to be just a recurring thing every week. It might be a event for a week, minigame for a week, and then you have a day or two or a week off time. But when the event is active, this is how it's going to work. So what you're going to do is you're going to get dice for free, as well as you can get more dice, which I'll talk about in a minute, just by completing quests, as well as if you go to the little shop area, you can get a daily gift where you get a free dice for free. You can watch an ad to get 2 more additional dice, as well as some gold and some blueprint materials. You can also purchase dice with real money. There's a daily pack as well as some weekly packs. So the weekly pack, it is uncapped. Essentially, you can buy 99 of them. So this is something that if you want to dump a lot of money into, you could. But there's also plenty of ways to really progress in this and push hard as a free-to-play player as well. So as far as how the event works, so the goal of the event's to take your dice, in which I'll just claim this quest real quick. So I'll grab a couple of dice and show you. So you have 2 options. You can either double all your rewards that you land on these tiles, but it will use twice the amount of dice, or you can just use the times 1. So right, if I use it this way, I will have 2 rolls, and I'll be able to move around the board twice and then claim different rewards. So if you do hold to auto, it will use all your dice. So it will do my first roll, which will move Feria 11 spaces. And then whatever space it lands on, that is the reward I'm going to get. So for the second roll, I got a 4. And so it's landing me on this fate wheel, spin the wheel, and then most likely I'm going to be getting some gold. You can also get some dice or other items. So depending on what space you land on, that's just going to determine what reward you get. So primarily you're going to be getting a lot of these these mini game points. It's kind of like the little pirate ship wheel looking thing. So those event points, those are going to be, they're working towards your progression for 2 things. Once these milestone rewards. So for each milestone, as far as how many points you collect, you're going to be able to claim free rewards just as you go. So some dungeon battle tickets, which I talked about the dungeon battle and just how that works in a previous video. It's really cool. It'll help you get a lot of artifact material. So definitely this is one of those things that prioritizing this minigame is a really good idea, because being able to get a lot of these dungeon battle tickets, so you can go through the Dragon's Lair, get a lot of material to upgrade your artifacts, that's a really good thing to do. So this is probably why the minigame's one of my favorite things they've added, just because it provides some really cool rewards. So the other thing, aside from the milestone rewards, is if you click the trophy icon just right above where it says rank, so every time they do one of these events, there is like a leaderboard. You're competing against all these other players. I haven't tried to push too hard yet, but depending on your ranking at the end of the event, you'll also be able to get additional rewards. It can be artifact keys. It can also be some of these exchange tickets that you can actually use. And again, like some of these later milestone rewards, you can also get some of these exchange tickets as well. So even if you don't rank well necessarily, you can still just by playing through the minigame, you can also get some rewards that way. But you can use those exchange tickets to get the double S tier slime Feria or mythic artifact shards for Feria, as well as if you already have that or don't want to, you can get legendary artifact shards as well, just random ones. But personally, I'm going to prioritize getting Feria and Feria's artifact first before I look at any other random artifact shards I want to get. But so that's just how it works. You're moving around. You can see most of these tiles are going to give you these these mini game points. You can also get some gems, more dice. There are a couple of just unique spaces. The space I just landed on, and if you hit the info button on the top left of the screen, you're going to be able to just see a few of the different. It explains the rules, and then it also just explains I guess the probabilities within certain things. So you can see this middle one right here. That's the fate wheel. So 50% of the time I'm just going to be getting gold, but you can also get dice, dungeon tickets, actually some of those mythic artifact shards, or you have a 12.5% chance to get 1,000 of these event points. Other ones, you have the point wheel. So there's 2 of the point wheel spaces. It's so how it works is there's 2 parts to it. The first part where it spins the wheel, and then depending on the wheel, where the wheel spins, you're going to have a certain amount of base event points. So there's a 25% chance I get 50 points, 15% chance to get 200 points. So however that works out, that's going to be your base amount of points. And then as well, there's a third chance you're either going to get a 1 times, a 3 times, or a 5 times multiplier. That's also just built into it. So there is like a slim chance, whatever 5% chance, and then times a 33.33% chance, you could get up to 5,000 points from one of these point wheels. So there are 2 on the map. If you happen to land on them, they can be really good. Then the third one you're going to see here is over on this purple space right below one of the point wheels. What's that's going to give you is that is the lucky wheel. So basically there's a 16.66% chance to get any one of these rewards. So there are just varying rewards you can get as you move around the map. So you do get your free dice when you enter the event, as well as just you have the option, you get a free dice every day, as well as you can get 2 more just by watching an ad. And then if you don't intend on spending real money, the main way you're going to get more of these dice is through the quest. So if you hit this little quest button on the bottom right of your screen, so you just get dice by completing quests. That these are for just common things you do in the game. So opening epic equipment chest, completing boss challenges, completing dungeon challenges, logging into the game. The points treasure chest, that's referring to these milestone rewards. So that's going to be a little harder to do. It's not like you're going to be grinding it outside of the minigame. Rolling the dice and then opening artifacts chest. So especially like this epic chest one, the artifact chest one, these are 2 things that you can actually use your saved up gems and outside resources if you want to save them for when the event occurs and then spend them all during that minigame event. This is a way that you can really get a lot of dice from doing this. So you'll notice all these quests are actually repeatable. So if I go and claim my 3 dice from opening 8 epic equipment chests, I'll hit claim here. I get my 3 dice. And then you can also see the next stage went to open 12 equipment chests. I had already done that, so I can hit claim. And then now it actually just went to 16. So this is something where if you save your gems for one of these mini games is active, and then you spend them opening a lot of these equipment chests, this is going to allow you to just get a lot of these dice and actually be able to progress really far in the event. So that's my strategy as far as trying to progress far in this event. I like some of your gems, resources in general. A lot of these other things, like you could save your artifact keys, but the other stuff like the dungeon challenges, there's no real way that you can really save that. You could time not doing your dungeon runs and then actually just purchase these from the mystery shop if it so happens to align these dungeon tickets, if it does align with the minigame event. But overall, I'd say the minigame event's pretty cool. You can get a lot of cool resources. I really like how it does emphasize one of the main resources you are getting are these dungeon battle tickets, just because they are so helpful for artifacts. But that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and let me know if you have any questions.